Hello, and welcome to another Shakespeare STEAM online lesson with Shakespeare in Detroit. Today's lesson is brought to you by Strategic Staffing Solutions, proud partner of Shakespeare in Detroit's educational program Shakespeare STEAM. Today we bring you a summary of William Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet, required reading in the state of Michigan and around the nation. Stay tuned.
Hi, my name is Christine, and I'm an educational facilitator at Shakespeare in Detroit. Welcome to our Romeo and Juliet summary for high school students. A special hello to our students at the School of Marygrove. This could serve as a refresher for the play for the next school year. Hello to all the students around the state, country, or the world who may be tuning in. Let's get started, shall we? Romeo and Juliet is a play by William Shakespeare set in Verona, Italy. It is usually referred to as a tragedy, which is a form of literature that includes the distress or downfall of a character or multiple characters. The play begins with a big fight on the street, and the prince, a diplomat, tells them to stop fighting. He forbids any more fighting between the Montagues and the Capulets. Now these are the two families who are central to the story. The Montagues hate the Capulets, and the feeling is mutual as far as the Capulets are concerned. Romeo is invited to the Capulet Masquerade Ball. You can be an enemy of the host and get away with it when you have a mask on. He and Juliet, a Capulet, end up seeing each other, and it's love at first sight. Rosalind who? Tybalt recognizes Romeo and wants to fight, but it's a party, and Capulet tells him to worry about it later. Now is the time to have fun and be merry. Besides, the fight will anger the prince. Tybalt obliges for now. Later that same evening, Romeo climbs a wall to Juliet's garden, where he hears her speaking aloud about how much she loves him. He takes it all in. Eventually, she notices him there. They talk and have a really important conversation about marriage. It's actually Juliet's idea, but Romeo agrees. She asks her nurse to set the whole thing up so that they can marry in secret. Now, here's a bit of a caveat. This is not going to sit well with Capulet and Lady Capulet, Juliet's parents, right? After all, hate is a detrimental thing, and they definitely hate the Montagues. Plus, Capulet has arranged for his daughter to marry Paris. Romeo and Juliet do in fact get married, and Friar Lawrence joins them in holy matrimony in secret. I'm going to rewind the story a bit to share just how dangerous the relationship between the Capulets and the Montagues is. There is a brawl between Tybalt and Mercutio that ends Mercutio's life, and there's a fight between Tybalt and Romeo that ends Tybalt's life. So needless to say, this doesn't help the dynamic between the two families, and Juliet's dad isn't going to be so welcoming of Romeo, the person who killed his nephew, into the family. Juliet, unbeknownst to her parents, is already married when her father sets a wedding date for her in Paris. She is, of course, pretty upset about it. She and Friar Lawrence come up with a plan to reunite her and Romeo. The friar gives her a potion that will make her appear dead. She won't have to marry Paris. She'll lay in the Capulet vault until Romeo finds her, and all will be right, right? No, this is a tragedy after all. The message from the friar that Juliet is in the vault pretending to be dead never makes it to Romeo. Instead, he gets word that Juliet is dead from a messenger. He is distraught, of course. He buys a vial of poison from an apothecary to kill himself and to be with his Juliet again. He goes to the vault. Paris is guarding the vault. Romeo ends up killing Paris, then goes to take his poison and be with his Juliet. Shortly after he dies, Juliet awakens to find her Romeo lying dead next to her. She tries to take the poison from the vial, but it's empty, so she grabs his dagger and joins him in death. The parents of the teenagers, both the Capulets and the Montagues, arrive at the vault. They deeply regret their long feud and make a pledge to end it right there. And that, students, is a summary of Romeo and Juliet. We'll go more in depth in the classroom, but this gives you a foundation that I and the rest of the team are excited to explore with you all real soon. Thank you for joining us for this digital educational module, and I invite you to watch my other video explaining iambic pentameter, which is a rhythm in which Shakespeare writes. There's a link in description, and don't forget to subscribe here to Shakespeare in Detroit on YouTube so you don't miss any content from the company. See you in class.